to you live from the DA's Provincial Congress in KwaZulu-Natal. My name is Makolile Notata. They call me Baxalai, but I simply go by Bex. Undabezi to Shandu Matabela. Ukuma Apa KZN. And I want to tell you now, the vibe is absolutely electric here. The people of KwaZulu-Natal have been suffering for a long time. And imagine what the Democratic Alliance can do if you came into government. We've already shown you in Mungeni where we are delivering services, we are fighting corruption, and more importantly, creating jobs. We're not just doing that there, we're doing it at the provincial government as well, the government of provincial unity, where we're fighting against corruption. We're trying to make sure that we're clawing back in everything that's happening in KwaZulu-Natal. But we want you to give us that chance to take that governance to every single municipality in KwaZulu-Natal. Now imagine what we can do. If you did this in Mgeni, we can do it in your municipality. But for us to do that, you need to go to check.da.org.za so that you can register to get your municipality working, because we are serious about fighting corruption, about creating jobs, about making sure that our communities are safe, and most importantly, delivering basic services for you. Now the vibe is electric here, you can hear it. We've got a long jam program for you. There are performances coming live. There are speeches from our leaders. But most importantly, we're going to be electing the new leadership in KwaZulu-Natal that's going to take KwaZulu-Natal forward. Most importantly, that's going to be fighting to get your municipality working. So enough from me. I want to take you live to the stage where you're going to be hearing every single performance, but more importantly, listen to the message of the speeches, because we're trying to get KZN working. So over to you guys. Go dive live to stage and enjoy our Provincial Congress. Don't forget to tune in and share our entire page on YouTube, the Democratic Alliance's page, but also watch on our Facebook page, follow our Instagram, follow us on Twitter, so that you can be able to get information firsthand. So let's go live.
You are all beautiful. I love you guys.
You are here with me.
Sure.
Say what I believe and pursue my dreams. I am brave. I am a provider. I believe in fairness. A fairness where our achievements are determined by our choices and hard work. I am a leader. I believe in opportunity. A nation where opportunity is plentiful and everyone's rights are protected. I believe in diversity. Every person has a unique perspective and an important role to play in building our nation. We do not judge each other by how we look, but by who we are. We are South Africans working together. We are the Democratic Alliance.
Let's sing Hawaii, Hawazanye. Ilena, Asabetje, Hawaii, Hawazanyeva. Ilena, Ile, Aba, Agnes over fate, Waza, Hawazanye Bible, Hawazanye Bible. Let's all stand up and sing. Hawazanye Bible na, Hawazanye Bible na, asa idiye ile, Hawaya wasa Hawazanye ba, idiye ile, Hawaya ziyo, Hawazanye ba, Hawazanye Bible na, achu Hawazanye. Thank you, Democrats!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet your Masters of Ceremonies for the DA KZN Congress of 2026. Give it up for the Mayor of Umgeni, the one, the only, Chris Papa!
Democrats. So electric. Good morning, Democrats. My name is Privy Makan.
And my name is Chris Pappas. And welcome to Congress 2026. Can we get some noise?
Chris, what an absolutely historic moment. To every single delegate who has traveled from across this province, thank you for being a part of DAKZN history today.
And of course, Privy, you know what's incredibly exciting? Privy, the DA is now in government in the province and at a national level, and this is our first Congress since that has happened. I think that deserves a round of applause.
Absolutely. And Chris, as well as keeping us in government in the province in 2029 and beyond, so that we can keep our mission going to get this province working.
And the exciting thing, Privy, the really, really exciting thing, is that this Congress, we're going to emerge from here with energy, more united, and with a clear vision to take over more municipalities across KZN.
But delegates, today we also have a really jam-packed lineup with really incredible entertainment, great upcoming KZN artists, Tobeka Mtetwa, the Rudra Dance Theatre, and the one and only proudly KZN artist, Umzukulu.
Hey, hey, Umzukulu! siyazi lana esifundazweni sakwaZulu-Natal ukuthi siyakwazi kuyishaya. And of course, delegates, Democrats, we have important work to do today. We will cover constitutional amendments, resolutions, Congress awards, and pay tribute to those who have grown our party over the years. And Privy, this wouldn't be a Congress if we're not going to elect our new leadership who's going to take us forward. Let's give all the candidates a round of applause.
Democrats, there are, however, some house rules. Number one, please make sure that your phones are on silent. And number two, the emergency exits are located on either side of the plenary.
Democrats, for those of you who are looking for some help, the help desk is located outside of the plenary hall where you guys entered the hall. And for anyone who has a medical emergency, there is a medic who's located on site to the left of the plenary hall.
And delegates, as we know, this is not an ANC or an MK Congress. Please note that the chairs are bolted down for security reasons. The only thing you need to do, delegates, is stay in them.
Democrats, are you ready?
Yes!
It's time to get this Congress on the road. Let's hear some noise for DA KZN.
Come on, delegates! It is absolutely amazing, Chris, that from every corner of this beautiful province, we have public reps, staff, branches, activists, and you, the people that are ready to get this province working.
Give yourselves a round of applause. But without further ado, let us get this Congress on the roll.
Yes.
Please welcome on stage to officially open Congress, our provincial chairperson, Dean McPherson.
Give it up for Dean.
Viva DA, viva! Viva DA KwaZulu-Natal, viva! Viva Francois Rogers, viva! Viva Geordin Hill-Lewis, viva! Viva Solim Samanga, viva! Democrats, ladies and gentlemen, it is so wonderful to be here with you this morning at our Provincial Congress here in eThekwini. Today is an opportunity to show the incredible scale and depth of our beloved organization. I am so proud to open this Congress as your provincial chairperson, and I look forward to the important discussions that we will have. Most of all, as all of you know me very well by now, we're going to have some fun today. So let's have some fun as we go through the program. KZN is known for our hospitality, and so I want to welcome some of our special guests. The DA Federal Leader and Executive Mayor of the City of Cape Town, Geordin Hill-Lewis. DA Federal Chairperson, Soli Msamanga. DA Federal Council Chairperson and Deputy Minister of Finance, Ashur Sarupan. Deputy Federal Chairperson and Minister of Basic Education, Saviwe Kwachrube. Our Deputy Federal Chairperson, Siljoos Brink. Our Deputy Federal Council Chairperson and MMC for Human Settlements in the City of Cape Town, Cole Popham. Our former Federal Leader and Minister of Agriculture, John Steenhuisen. Members of the Diplomatic Corps, our Provincial Leader and MEC of Finance in KwaZulu-Natal, Francois Rogers. All members of the provincial leadership, our invited guests, our COO of the party, Liana van Wyk, all professional staff present, all of our chairpersons of ratepayers associations, NGOs and civic organizations, our mayors and deputy mayors, all of our councillors present, and most importantly, our branch chairpersons and activists that are here. You are all most welcome to this wonderful day. Colleagues, today we enter this Congress as one party, and we will leave this Congress as one party. This is our strength and our secret weapon. Let us maintain high discipline as we work through this day. Let us show the media and the public the best of what we have to offer. In fact, let us show other political parties in KZN how to hold a Congress, because they don't hold Congresses in this province. It's only the DA. But Democrats, we also do meet with a heavy heart. As all of you know, Christo Botha, our beloved Deputy Mayor in Umhlatuze, remains in a critical condition in hospital. We also know that he is a fighter, and we trust through faith and prayer that he will recover. As a province, we send our best wishes to his partner Zain, his family, and the people of Umhlatuze who are keeping Christo in their prayers today. I would like to call on stage Reverend Swelake Shelembe to lead us in a prayer for Christo. Can we all rise to our feet?
Can we all stand on our feet? We bow our heads. Heavenly Father, the creator of earth and heaven, we come before the throne of grace. Father, we thank you for this special day. But also we pray for our families. We pray for our leaders. Father, we pray for one of our own, Christo. Father, we pray for his recovery. We pray for the strength. We pray for the protection. We pray for the restoration. Siyathandaza uNkulunkulu, simelana na yonke imimoya. Siyathandaza egameni likaJesu. Senzele umusa ukuze igama lakho lituswe libatshazwe. Amen.
Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, there's one thing left for me to do, and that is to officially declare the DA KwaZulu-Natal Congress for 2026 open and ready for business. Ladies and gentlemen, Democrats, can we please rise to our feet as we sing the national anthem?
Delegates, please welcome to stage our DA KZN 2026 Provincial Congress presiding officers Desiree van der Walt and Bridget Masango.
Delegates, distinguished guests, members of the media, and members of the Democratic Alliance.
You are welcome to Democratic Alliance KwaZulu-Natal Provincial Congress.
My name is Desiree van der Walt.
And mine is Bridget Masango.
Together we have the privilege of serving as your presiding officers for today's Congress. Before we proceed with the formal business of the day, we want to take a moment to acknowledge the incredible atmosphere in this venue. This Congress is a reflection of a party and a province that is organized, energized, growing, and ready to govern.
Desiree, just take a look around this room. This is truly a province who is ready to govern in 2026.
Yes. For the first time in South Africa's democratic history, the DA is governing at local, provincial, and national level.
From municipalities that work to provinces, putting residents first, to helping shape the future of South Africa through the government of the national unity, the Democratic Alliance continues to prove that good governance changes lives.
Delegates, in accordance with the Federal Constitution and Congress procedures, we can confirm that the required quorum has been met. We therefore officially declare this Provincial Congress duly constituted and quorate. Thank you.
Now that our Congress is quorate, I think it's time to get this party started.
Count me in, Chris, because the energy in this room is supposed to be next level contagious.
Can we hear some noise, please, from KZN? Now, colleagues, friends, Democrats, we know how to have an awesome party here in KZN. And I've got a very special guest for you today. But I need you to make some noise because she's backstage and she's a little bit nervous. Can we make some noise for her, please? I can't hear you guys. Come on, she's backstage. She's nervous.
Welcome.
Democrats, let's give a warm DA welcome to Tobe Kamtetwa.
Good morning, everyone. It's nice to be here. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Tobe Kamtetwa, and I'll be doing something special for you guys. I hope that you will enjoy. Jerusalem, ikhaya lami, uzungangishila ndawo yami ayikholana umbuso wami awukholana ngilondoloze uzungangishilana ngilondoloze 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 uzungangishilana ngilondoloze 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 uzungangishila. Thank you everyone. This one is a very special one. I hope you guys know it. Can you sing along if you do? Let's go. Igqirha lendlela nguqongqothwane. Igqirha lendlela kuthiwa nguqongqothwane. Sebeqale begqitha phaa kuthiwa nguqongqothwane. Sebeqale begqitha phaa kuthiwa nguqongqothwane. Igqirha lendlela kuthiwa nguqongqothwane. Igqirha lendlela kuthiwa nguqongqothwane. Sebeqale begqitha phaa kuthiwa nguqongqothwane. Sebeqale begqitha phaa kuthiwa nguqongqothwane. Thank you everyone. Baby, don't mess her on because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does she really want up? I can stand to see me walking out the door. Don't try to fight the feeling, cause the thought alone is killing me right now. Thank God for mom and dad for sticking two together, cause we don't know how. Hey, oh, oh, hey, oh, oh, hey, come on, oh, oh, hey, Don't try to move me from my lover. Suited for each other, suited for each other. Till I made them glued up on my lover. Don't try to move me from another. When we talked on the phone and you said that you love me, did you say that just for sure? Oh yeah. I wanna scream from the top of the rooftop till you hear my love for you. I keep on rewind. I struggle to find new words to define what a love, yeah. What a love, yeah. What a love, yeah. What for each other, stood up for each other. Stood up for each other, stood up for each other. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Do you know that? You really are an amazing crowd. Thank you. You guys are shining so much. I can't see. It's blurry in here. Can anybody see that? Because you guys are shining. This next song is for everybody here. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Fine light in a beautiful sea. I choose to be happy. You and I, we're like diamonds in the sky. You're a shooting star, I see a vision of ecstasy. When you hold me, I'm alive. We're like diamonds in the sky. At first sight, I saw the energy of sun rays. I knew that we'd become one right away. All right away, shine bright tonight. You and I, we're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. I so alive. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Oh, shine bright like a diamond. 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 Thank you. This is going to be my last song for today. Sad to see me go, but thank you so much, guys, for being here, and may the rest of this event be a success. Enjoy. Sheba, kau sheba, ay piloya kayo ya taba juang, wandi chunga, nago chunga, kizi yo ya pupuma ya tuma, kizo papa, kona lapa, habeka utepi samai nunu, wandi chunga, nago chunga. Soga apague. Let's go. Bottom my bottom my Giala John Giala Gig for Nedo Zelmi Gig for Nedo Zelmi Umbambela pa angina now shela pela sazan hinga no shela pela shela pela sazan hinga no shela pela na mingwazi kama on Sunday. Thank you so much.
Those municipalities that municipalities that do best are not ANC-controlled municipalities. They are often DA-controlled municipalities. What is it that they are doing that is better than what we are doing?
South Africa was named Best Country, while its iconic city of Cape Town claimed the prestigious title of Best City in the World.
The city says it's determined to invest in critical infrastructure to improve the lives of residents.
The city will spend more on infrastructure in the next few years than Johannesburg and Durban combined.
More than 8 billion rand will go to new or upgraded infrastructure in poorer communities.
Most of our local municipalities are in tatters. They are heavily indebted and badly run. Midvaal, local municipality in the Vaal, has been one of a very few exceptions in the country.
The Midvaal municipality is working on ditching power utility Eskom and replacing it with a private company instead.
The municipality of Midvaal has been ranked first in clean audits and satisfactory service delivery for years running. It has consistently outperformed most of the municipalities in the province and indeed municipalities around the country.
The South African Local Government Association in KwaZulu-Natal has commended Umgeni municipality for what it said is effective use of the municipal infrastructure grant. In 6 months, it managed to spend the 24 million rands allocation on various projects such as roads, storm water, and finishing all the projects that had been poorly managed before.
The Kocha municipality is fighting crime with the creation of a high-tech intelligence center that helps monitor CCTV cameras and license plate recognition.
The Kocha municipality has also taken further steps to ensure public safety by launching an app for residents. In case of emergencies, the app directly links the user to the monitoring center.
It is a privilege to announce that George Municipality has achieved its 4th consecutive clean audit from the Auditor General of South Africa. This is a significant milestone that reflects our ongoing commitment to clean, transparent and accountable governance.
The West Coast District Municipality has officially been named South Africa's best-run municipality for 2025. 2 of its local municipalities, Saldanha and Swartland, were tied for first place as the top-performing local municipalities in the country.
These are the issues you're going to be considering as you go to the polls. Who is the party that can help us achieve better service delivery where I live?
The Western Cape government is currently pushing ahead to mitigate power cuts. The province has installed numerous solar panels to harness green energy. And Saldanha Bay, Stellenbosch, George, as well as the city of Cape Town are already using independent power producers to reduce reliance on Eskom.
To enable further job-creating economic growth, officials are investing 43 billion rand in infrastructure over 3 years.
7 out of 10 young people in the country are unemployed, but in the Western Cape, 8 out of 10 people have jobs.
Sometimes I look at the numbers and I almost have to pinch myself. It's unbelievable. 64.9% of all jobs in South Africa in the last 5 years are one province.
Some of the biggest global companies are expanding its operations in the Western Cape.
The Democratic Alliance in KwaZulu-Natal is now aiming to grow the party and take on the ANC head-on.
They actually outlined their plans for the province in terms of service delivery as well as governance.
The common denominator in KwaZulu-Natal is quite simply building a capable and ethical state.
Since I've taken office, we've cut our debt from 800 million to 300 million. We've done a full audit of all the properties, found over 500 properties the department didn't even know it owned. We've put in place a rapid response team that now responds within 24 hours to problems, no longer the 30 days that previously was the record of the department. The things are happening in the province of KwaZulu-Natal.
We are seeing very positive developments since the formation of the Government of National Unity.
International investors are seeing this, they see that there is a seriousness and a commitment, and they like it.
And you know what the DA ministers have been doing. They have been taking interviews, they have been performing.
Dean McPherson, Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure, says the real infrastructure problems and crisis resides in local government, and his department's implemented ways to solve these problems at the local government level.
I want us to be a department that South Africa is proud of, that we're using public
public assets for public good, and that we're turning this country into a construction site.
Minister of Forestry, Fisheries as well as the Environment, Philip Okamp, is currently briefing members of the media on the damage that was caused by floods at the Kruger National Park.
I'm so proud to say that I'm part of this team. Everybody worked so hard to firstly get people to safety, that proactively worked to really make the best out of a really very devastating situation.
Okamp has extended the West Coast rock lobster season for a month. The department says it's committed to working with small-scale fishers and to save livelihoods in the sector.
The Home Affairs Department has this week announced that it has partnered with 5 major banks as the department aims to reduce the waiting times, strengthen security, and be efficient.
I think if we can demonstrate over a period of time that things can get better, even at a place like Home Affairs, we have the potential here to really restore hope that South Africa itself can actually get better.
Minister of Communication and Digital Technologies, Soli Malatsi, says his department has launched a digital transformation roadmap to establish a single digital identity for South Africans to access all government services.
Basic Education Minister Sibylle Kwagube has reiterated her department's commitment to eradicating pit latrines at schools across the country.
The Ministry of Basic Education is launching a transformative campaign to expand access to quality early childhood development. Well, the aim is to register 10,000 ECD centres this year to ensure every child up to the age of 5 benefits from early education.
Agricultural Minister John Steenhuisen says South African exports have not only remained competitive, but have increased to $161 million. South Africa has regained market access for the exportation of apples to Thailand. The market has been closed for about 16 years due to changes in requirements by the trading partner.
Minister John Steenhuisen says vaccines are already being distributed across provinces. There's a national campaign underway vaccinating livestock against foot and mouth disease.
Farmers and farm workers are our country's greatest asset, and it's very, very important that everyone involved in the sector, from a farm worker to a large commercial farmer, feels that they have a department that is on their side and speaking out for them.
John Steenhuisen says his party now has a meaningful role to play in the reconstruction of the country.
Our responsibility is to now meet the challenge of the hour and to help turn South Africa around. But I want to also be clear that what we will not do is to shy away from conflict when we are confronted with serious and lasting damage to our country or its constitution or the things that underpin our democracy.
Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana has dropped a controversial value-added tax increase. His decision comes as South Africa's second biggest party, the Democratic Alliance, threatened to leave the governing coalition over their VAT increase.
The Democratic Alliance has described the court decision as a victory for all South Africans.
The DA's court intervention was the pivotal intervening factor that has enabled the people of South Africa to come out victorious and to show them why their vote really mattered.
It also shows us the GNU starting to function as it should. One party does not now get to dictate a decision for the collective.
It's another positive outcome for the Democratic Alliance in terms of them showing that their ministers are going to do the work. They are in this particular coalition to do good work and quality work. And the ANC, their ministers were already complaining that the DA ministers are making them look bad. They're going to have to pull up their socks.
It's now up to the next generation of leadership to ensure that the DA continues to do so with ever-growing confidence for many, many more years to come, so that we can deliver to the country of our dreams and deliver this country to all of our children.
Please welcome on stage our MECs in the Government of Provincial Unity. MEC for Finance, Francois Rogers. And the MEC for Public Works and Infrastructure, Martin Meyer.
Democrats, nearly 2 years ago, the DA entered government in KZN. Nearly 2 years later, we can proudly say, where the DA governs, things change. Public works and infrastructure was a mess. For years, it was nothing more than a cash cow for the former governing party. That cow was milked to the point of collapse, bankrupt, corrupt, inefficient. This department needed a DA touch. Touch, reform, and transform it we did. This department was once known for collapse, corruption, and intimidation. Today it is known for delivery. From day one, the so-called construction mafia, or as I call them, the petty criminals, the scabengas, the scallums, they told me, sit down and allow us to continue plundering this province. But we said, we are the DA. We do not look the other way. We are not intimidated. We stand up for what is right. We are the DA and we will take the fight to you. And while the war is not over, disruptions by these crooks have dropped from more than 60 a month to fewer than 10. We stood up to the bullies. We stood up to the bullies because this is the DA way. When we took over, I was told there's nothing you can do about corruption in your department, just accept it. And we, all of us here, said we are the DA. We don't ignore wrongdoing. We do not accept criminality. We acted. We charged senior officials, people were found guilty, and now people know. If you want to do business with the KwaZulu-Natal Department of Public Works and Infrastructure, you will do so honestly, fairly, and with good intentions, or you will not do business with us. This is the DA way. When I was told that other departments owed our department over 900 million rand and that contractors have not been paid for years, I was told there's nothing you can do about it. And we stood up and we said, that is not who we are. We do not accept defeat. We do not accept bad government. A contractor not being paid means a child goes hungry, and we do not accept it. We fought those client departments, we negotiated, the Treasury under MEC Rogers helped us with ring fencing, and we got our money. We paid back more than 500 million rand to contractors who've been waiting for years. And all our contractors are now paid within 30 days. We do not accept defeat. We stood firm and delivered solutions because this is the DA way. Democrats, I could speak for an hour about our challenges and the progress we have made, but I only have 4 minutes and we stick to time because this too is the DA way. I would love to tell you about our museum honoring the contribution of people of Indian descent in the fight against apartheid. I want to tell you about the blacklisting of bad contractors, about how we're building quality schools and hospitals and clinics. I would love to talk about EPWP improving, how we cut wasteful expenditure from over 700 million to almost zero, but I only have 4 minutes. Let me end by saying thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you here today who worked so hard before the last election to help us earn these 2 seats. Thank you for the support, the advice, and even the criticism. Thank you for holding me accountable. Thank you for holding my arms up when it feels like the burden is becoming too heavy. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for the hundreds of messages I received when the death threats came. This is not my department. This is our department. And together we will keep fighting corruption, defending honest government, and delivering to the people of KwaZulu-Natal, because this is the DA way. I thank you.
I'm proud of what we've achieved as a province and honest about the road that we've had to walk to get here. When we entered the government of provincial unity, let me be very clear, we did not enter comfort. We entered complexity. We entered compromise, and we entered responsibility. As MEC of Finance and the most unpopular MEC in the province, my mandate was simple but difficult. Stabilize public finances, restore discipline, protect service delivery, no matter how uncomfortable the politics became. Democrats, we are delivering. For the first time in years, KwaZulu-Natal began to move away from fiscal chaos towards control, credibility, and consequence. We enforce spending discipline where waste in the past had been normalized. We strengthen Treasury oversight where departments in the past had learned to ignore the rules. We demand value for money where excuses had become the policy. And yes, I continually say no where others had always said yes. We protect our frontline departments. We prioritize infrastructure that changes lives. And we insisted that every rand must work for the people and not for the politicians. Through the implementation of our financial recovery plan, we are intervening. We are improving revenue collection. We are imposing strict expenditure controls, and we are demanding accountability. For the very first time, political friendships was no longer a defense against financial collapse. We confront the Auditor General's findings head on, not with a spin, not with excuses, but with reform. We are building a culture of consequence management. We are now challenging irregular expenditure without fear or without favor. And I've made one thing very clear. Public money belongs to the public and not the politicians. But Democrats, let me speak honestly. The government of provincial unity is not easy. Yes, it's delivered stability, but it's also demanded patience, resilience, unwavering principle and firmness. There were moments when discipline was unpopular. As I said, the most unpopular MEC. Moments when accountability made people uncomfortable. Moments when I was told, slow down, compromise more, look the other way. But Democrats, I refused and we will refuse. Because finance is not about pleasing our partners, it's about protecting our citizens. The challenge of the GPU is that reform often moves at the speed of consensus. But the strength of our leadership is this: we never abandon principle. Coalition government does not mean weak governance. It means disciplined leadership. It means fairness under pressure and firmness under pressure. It means clarity of purpose. And let me say this very clearly to the Congress today. Where the Democratic Alliance leads, governance changes. We believe in clean audits. We believe in balanced budgets. We believe in accountability, and we do not apologize for it. It is for this reason that I have implemented the financial recovery dashboards for each department that is used by departments and by the legislature. I've appointed a highly qualified audit and risk committee, and we're currently finalizing and rolling out our electronic procurement system. Friends, the work is nowhere near finished. Financial recovery is a journey, not an event. And restoring trust takes longer than breaking systems. And today, we can say with absolute confidence, KwaZulu-Natal's finances are in a better place than they have ever been, and our future is more secure than it was 2 years ago.
Democrats. In 2021, the Democratic Alliance took over a broken Mgeni municipality. Finances were in ruin, staff morale at an all-time low, and a council unable to make decisions that put communities first. Like many of your municipalities across KwaZulu-Natal, our municipality was in dire straits. But the people of Umgeni chose hope. The people of Umgeni chose change. They decided to put a DA-led government in place. Today I am proud that 5 short years later, we are delivering more services to more communities across our small municipality. You have the same opportunity, wherever you are in KwaZulu-Natal, to bring DA change, real change, that affects the lives of all our community members. It's up to you to work hard, to spread the message of hope to as many people as possible. In 2026, we go to elections to vote for real change in our communities, local government that works, just like here in the Umgeni municipality.
Delegates, join me in welcoming to stage KZN's favorite mayor and our cutest mayor, the one and only Upapas.
Delegates, we've all heard the story of a small municipality that was indebted, that was unstable, that lacked the capacity to deliver basic services to people. A place not untypical of many of your municipalities across the province. And we didn't have billions to fix the problem. We had no special presidential interventions. We were but a small blue dot in a sea of yellow and red. More than that, for 2.5 years, we had a provincial government and a national government who made it their mission to destabilize and prove that the DA could not govern in KwaZulu-Natal. But we were resilient. Sasebenza. We were innovative, principled. We were dedicated to the cause. And most importantly, we ensured that DA policies were implemented in our municipality. Sisebenzile bafowethu, sisebenzile. But I want to tell you a story that is untold, a story that is applicable to every single one of us today. How we won Umgeni. It wasn't easy. Because elections are not won overnight. Elections are won over time. When you have stable constituencies and stable leadership, when you have dedicated public representatives, nama activists asebenzela iqembu, not also politics. It is won through strategy. And an important thing is that indlela ibuzwa kwabaphambili. There is a song that we must never forget because it resonates with the hard work that is required. Iti inde lendlela esihambayo, oh inde lendlela esihambayo. And that song is more important than ever because ngempela inde lendlela esihambayo. To win more municipalities just like we won in Umgeni, it is going to require sacrifice. But not meaningless sacrifice. Sacrifice with purpose. And the reality is, mademokrat, ukuthi fanele sisebenze. Mihle ngamalanga uqinisekisa ukuthi isifundazwe sethu sayitakula. We must canvass every single household. We must telecanvass every single cell phone number. And we must crunch every single registration week. Ngempela amandla e-DA alana namhlanje. The power of the DA is in this room. Ngiyacela. This is not a project that we must take for granted and wake up too late. The unemployed people in your municipalities, the women who fear going out after dark, the young people, abalahlekelwe ithemba, the businesses who want to invest but can't. You, each one of you, nina nonke nihleli nala namhlanje, you are the ones who can rescue your communities. rescue the hopes and dreams of millions of people in communities across KwaZulu-Natal. In Umgeni, we are seeing change. Of course, there are challenges that we must still confront. We have gone through disruptions, but we are rebuilding systems, processes, and more importantly, hope in every corner. On the 4th of November, you will not just have an election result. You will have a license to be able to bring change to your communities. This election is important because politics in KwaZulu-Natal is changing. There are opportunities everywhere. But the question is, are you ready? Are you ready to do what it takes to rescue KZN and get more municipalities in DA hands? And if we can do it in Umgeni, and we can do it in the legislature, then you can do it wherever you are in our province. So let's get out there. Asiphume sonke, siyosebenza, standing united behind the DA banner, showing up for people and showing up for the DA. Making sure that more people understand that their vote is important, and to vote DA means to vote for hope. Delegates, isikhathi sisifikile. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Privy Malkin, and I'm so proud to stand as your mayoral candidate for KwaDuguza. From Benito to the KwaDuguza CBD, from Kembeni to Darnell, from Stangamana to Shayamoya, this municipality is not just your home, but mine too. It is a municipality with enormous potential, from the growing businesses to the vibrant communities, and most importantly, the hardworking pioneer families. I love KwaDuguza not just because it is my home, but because I can see what it can be. The reality, though, is that it is just not working the way it should be. Too many of our people experience unreliable services. Our road and electricity infrastructure is crumbling. Unemployment is at an all-time high, and basic service delivery is simply non-existent. What our people deserve is a municipality that works in every ward, in every community, and in every single household across KwaDuguza. Get KwaDuguza working is more than just a slogan. It is a plan. It means delivering basic services. It means fixing the infrastructure before it has completely collapsed. And it means creating a business-friendly environment that creates more jobs. On election day, you have the power to choose progress. So let's fix what's broken, let's build opportunity, and let's get KwaDuguza working.
To rescue her municipality, please welcome on stage the next mayor of the KwaDuguza local municipality, Privy McCann.
Delegates, good morning. What an absolute privilege it is for me to stand before you today as a mayoral candidate for KwaDuguza, a place that I proudly call home. As a third-generation resident, this is not just politics for me. It is my responsibility because this is my community and I'm deeply invested in its future. KwaDuguza is a strategic economic hub on the North Coast, full of absolute potential and opportunity, but held back for far too long by instability, inconsistent service delivery, and a lack of accountable governance. But today, we as a Democratic Alliance in KwaDuguza are changing that story. Through focused, consistent work on the ground and with the support and the confidence of our provincial leadership, KwaDuguza has now been identified as a strategic municipality for the upcoming 2026 local government elections. One that we are not only targeting to win, but where we are preparing to govern. And that recognition, Democrats, has not come easily. As a caucus, we have had to take firm and often difficult decisions in the interests of restoring accountability. As a caucus leader and a councillor, I have been directly involved in driving consequence management in KwaZulu, including consistent efforts that led to the removal of an errant mayor who had lost not only the confidence of council, but his own political party, and ultimately the suspension of senior officials, including the municipal manager. Delegates, these were not just easy victories. They were necessary steps to restore integrity, accountability, and public trust. Because for us, governance is not just about positions, it's about responsibility. And we do not have to look far away to see what a capable government looks like. In Umgeni municipality, under Chris Pappas and his leadership, we have seen what happens when a committed, ethical government takes charge. We see improved service delivery, restored trust, and a municipality that works for its people. And if it can be done in Umgeni, it can certainly be done in KwaZulu. In KwaZulu, we have shown up consistently, not just in the council chambers, but in our communities. We have been present, visible, and accountable. We have engaged our residents directly through door-to-door campaigns. We have held the administration to account on failing infrastructure, and we have challenged vague reporting and refused to accept mediocrity. We have stood firm, delegates, in difficult spaces. We have asked uncomfortable questions, and we have done so with one goal in mind, and that is to build trust with the people of KwaZulu. And that work is paying off, delegates. Today in KwaZulu, the DA is no longer seen as just the opposition. We are seen as the future. I want to take a moment today to acknowledge the incredible work of the DA KwaZulu caucus. Stand up, caucus. Your dedication, both in and out of council, has positioned us exactly where we need to be. You have laid the foundation for a government in waiting, and I want to thank you because our vision for KwaZulu is clear. We want a municipality that works, a municipality where services are delivered reliably, where infrastructure is maintained, where economic growth is supported, and where residents are treated with dignity and respect. We want clean governance, transparent decision-making, and a municipality where every single rand is spent on the people. And that is what the DA stands for. And this is how we will govern in KwaZulu. But let us be clear, delegates, that this moment requires all of us. It requires unity, discipline, and a relentless focus on the people that we serve. Because the people of KwaZulu are ready. They are ready for change. They are ready for a government that delivers. They are ready for leadership that puts them first. And that leadership is the Democratic Alliance. So today, delegates, I stand before you with confidence, not just in our vision, but in our ability to deliver. KwaZulu is ready. KwaZulu see ready, delegates. Thank you.
Umslachuzi. This is our home, from Richard Bay to KwaZulu-Natal to Mzingazi. A place full of potential. Potential still waiting to be realized. Imagine what more we can do. Imagine streets that are safe, day and night. Imagine jobs, not just promised, but created. Imagine service delivery that works all the time. Imagine a municipality without corruption, and those who commit corruption are all behind bars. Imagine a city that competes with the best cities in the world. Gone are the days of Umhlatuzi being known as an industrial town. We have so much more to offer. I believe it's possible. I believe in the dream to turn Umhlatuzi into an economic hub, exploding with opportunity for all our residents. I believe in Durban, not just for what it is, but for what it can become. This is not just about promises. It's about leadership. Leadership that delivers. Leadership that puts people first. Leadership that cares. Umhlatuzi is ready for the DA difference. I'm Christo Botha. I'm the mayoral candidate for the city of Umhlatuzi.
Let's get.
Let's get.
Let's get.
Let's get.
Let's get. Let's get.
Let's get.
Let's get.
Let's get Umhlatuzi working again.
Democrats, unfortunately, our Umhlatuzi mayoral candidate is ill at this time. Please join me in wishing him a speedy recovery.
I'm Hanif Hussain, Durban's next mayor. This is a city that I love so much. I lived here all my life. But over the last few years, our city has lost its shine. What you see here is just filth and sewer flowing down a stream, right where people live. For over 30 years, people in this city were actually hoping for a better life. But this is the kind of conditions that they have to live under. So, Mama, I've come to say to you that I want to stand as the mayor here, and these are the things I want to change. And I will come back here to make sure that I can try and help you and contribute to something.
Hey, Baba.
Are you good?
Happy.
Sharp. If I'm going to stand as the mayor for this city, please.
I'll vote for you. How?
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I'll vote for you.
We need change. We need change.
Of course.
Yeah, well,
of course.
Done.
We will put an effort of all this community to you. I would like to hold eThekwini as a mayor.
I want him to be our new mayor, and I believe he can bring more change in our area.
The ANC did nothing. Actually, absolutely nothing.
But we need your support.
100%. You'll get my support. Mr. Hanif.
Hello. How are you?
Come here.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I am Hanif Hussain.
I always read about you, and I didn't know who you was. Now at least I'm glad you came here.
I want us to build a city where we can walk on our streets again. But it has to change. And I need your help, and I need the help of so many people.
And if you be sure, I will definitely vote for you 100%. Not 99, 100%, but we want a better change.
I want to invite everyone to walk with me on this journey. If we walk together and get behind a government with a proven track record, we can build a better Durban for everyone. I want to work for you as your next mayor. I will work hard to turn things around in our city. I want to build a place where people run to our city for opportunities and not away from us. Durban deserves better. We deserve better services. We deserve a city that is safe, where our children can walk and play safely. I believe that it is possible. All over our beautiful country, more and more South Africans are realizing that we can build better cities. I want you to know that help is on its way. Within the first few days of taking over the city, we will start ending corruption in our city and rid ourselves of those who have destroyed the place that we love so much. This statue costed 22 million rand, built by our city government. When I become mayor of Durban, I want to put the money to work where it matters, and I want to fix what's broken first. Within the first few days of taking over the city, we will start a process of reducing waste and make life easier and more affordable for the people in our city. That money can be used to deliver services, put more police on our streets, build decent houses and bring dignity to people. We will partner with business to grow our economy, create jobs, and provide the foundation for small businesses to grow. Clean governance and capacity. And that is how the DA gets things done. Walk with me. I want to invite each and every one of you to walk with me. In this election, we have just one chance, a chance to build a better future for all our children. This election is not just about politics. It's about survival. It's about building a better future for all our children. The time is now. Walk with me.
eThekwini used to be the best metro in South Africa. Sadly, it is not the place that it used to be. Please, let's welcome the man who is going to rescue eThekwini, Mr. Walk With Me, Hanif Hussein.
Democrats, halala DA, halala. Yeah, walk with me, brother. Friends and residents of Durban watching from home today, I stand before you to speak about the city that we all love so much, our home, the most beautiful city, I believe, in South Africa. Durban is more than just a city. It is where we raised our children, where families built businesses from nothing, where generations came searching for opportunity, dignity, and hope. And for many years, Durban worked. Our beaches attracted the world. Our port drove South Africa's economy. Children played safely in our streets. Families believed that if you worked hard, life would get better. But today, far too many people no longer recognize the city that they love so much. Too many families go weeks without water. Too many roads are collapsing. Far too many businesses are shutting down. And too many young people are unemployed and losing hope. Crime has become a daily fear, and corruption has stolen billions from our people. And while residents suffer, those in power continue making excuses. But today I want to ask you to walk with me and imagine a new Durban. Because Durban is not dead. Durban is not defeated. Thank you for that. And Durban can rise again. And the greatest strength of the city has never been its corrupt politicians, folks. The greatest strength of this city is its people. The mothers who keep fighting for their families. The workers who wake up before sunrise to earn an honest living. The young people who still dare to dream, and the communities that help one another when our government fails them. That spirit is stronger than corruption. It's stronger than fear and stronger than failure. And my friends, the story of Durban is not over. In just a few months from today, this city can change direction, and it will. For far too long, we have watched Durban move backwards. Services collapsed while billions were wasted. Residents pay more and receive less. Opportunity disappears while poverty grows. Criminal syndicates flourish while politicians are busy protecting themselves. A city that should be one of Africa's greatest economic hubs, brought to its knees. They took a working city and they broke it. But we are here today because we believe in something better. A Durban where taps run with clean water, where streets are safe and clean, where businesses grow and jobs return, where government works for the people and not connected politicians. And let me tell you this, a Durban that works is very possible, because the people of the city have not lost hope in their city, they lost hope in their government. What has been missing is leadership. Leadership with courage, with honesty, and leadership with urgency. And so as the next mayor of this beautiful city, I want to make this promise to you today, folks. We will build a government that puts the residents first. Today we issue an eviction notice to our corrupt city government. Your days are numbered. Your time is up. Pack your bags and prepare to leave. But I also have a message for those who stole from the people of this city. Criminals belong in jail, not in government. We will clean up this city. We will appoint the best people for the job, and we'll hold every single official accountable.
We will walk with you. Yeah.
Walk with me until we bring change, brother. We will fix the infrastructure before the city collapses completely. We will restore reliable water and electricity services. We will strengthen Metro Police and fight crime. We will support businesses and bring back jobs. But most importantly, we will restore pride in Durban. Because when people believe in this city, everything changes. Hope returns, investment returns, tourism returns, and opportunity returns. And the young people begin to believe again that they can build a future right here in this beautiful city. And so, my fellow Democrats, there comes a moment in the life of every city when its people must decide. Do we accept more of the same, or do we choose hope? I believe the people of Durban are ready.
Yes.
I believe they are ready to stand up.
Yes.
I believe that we are ready to fight, ready to build what we broke, what they broke, because the city belongs to the people, not corrupt politicians. It belongs to hard-working families, the honest workers, the dreamers, builders, and the future generations. And today I can feel something changing. Change is coming to Durban, and only the DA can deliver that change. I feel the frustration turning into determination, hopelessness turning back into belief, fear turning into courage. Because when ordinary people stand together, nothing can stop us. Not corruption, not failure, and not those who abandon the city. So I say to every resident watching today, if you are tired of empty promises, if you're tired of watching Durban fall apart, if you are tired of the crime, corruption, and collapse, then this is your moment. This is your time to stand up for your city, to fight for your family, to choose hope over fear. And the DA stands ready to rebuild Durban brick by brick, street by street, community by community. We will rebuild trust, rebuild opportunity, rebuild dignity, and together we will rebuild the greatest city in South Africa. So let this message ring out from Phoenix to Umlazi, from Chatsworth to KwaMashu, Wentworth to Tongaat, and across every community in eThekwini. Durban will rise again. We are ready to govern, ready to fix what's broken, ready to rescue our city. Rise up, Durban, walk with us. That time is now. The people are ready. Change is coming. We will rescue Durban. We will rebuild Durban. Together, we will get Durban working again. Thank you very much.
Let's give it up for Hanif Hussein, everyone, the next mayor of eThekwini. I'm so excited for that, Privy. It is going to be incredible. Imagine a DA-run municipality right here in eThekwini. Incredible.
Absolutely, delegates. How exciting. Another round of applause for Hanif. After all those speeches, Chris, I'm certain that KZN is in the right hands to ensure progress and delivery.
I've got goosebumps.
I can see that. Chicken skin.
Chicken skin, dude. Chicken skin. But you know what? It's like people think there's some magic formula, Privy, but it's really not. You know, the DA really does get things done, and if we want more people to vote for the DA here in KZN, there's very something simple that we have to do. So do you want the DA here in KZN?
Without a doubt.
So what do you have to do?
Register and vote DA.
And do you want the DA in Ugu South? Yes.
Absolutely, vote DA.
And do you want the DA in Opongola?
Definitely, vote DA.
And in Mhlatuze?
Vote DA.
Colleagues, Democrats, what do we have to do?
Vote DA.
It is that simple, Privy. It is that simple. Democrats, at this point, will be going into our official opening ceremony. But before I proceed, I think it's important that we thank every single one of you. Activists, staff, public representatives. Sicela ukubonga kakhulu wonke umsebenzi niwenzayo emphakathini. Ngenxa yenu siyasebenza siyakhula endaweni ezihlukahlukile. Siyabonga kakhulu.
Are we ready to welcome our constituencies to Congress? Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, delegates, please welcome here on stage Ilembe and Sisonke constituencies.
Come on, Ilembe. Delegates, put your hands together for the Amajuba and Pink constituencies.
Can we get some noise for Utuela and King Katwayo?
Welcome Mkhanya Kude and the Midlands constituencies.
Ladies and gentlemen, do we have Tex Collins, West Durban, and Msunyati in the house?
North Durban and Zululand, are you in the house?
Oi, oi! Do we have Central Durban and Ugu South constituencies?
What about Moyamgeni and Durban South? Come on!
And finally, and certainly not least, do we have Ugu North and the Inner South Durban constituency? Ladies and gentlemen, these are your constituencies. These are the places that we are growing every single day. Let's give it up for every constituency here today. Viva TA, viva! Viva TA ancillary structures, viva!
Viva!
Democrats, across KwaZulu-Natal, in every single town, in every village, and in every city, we see daily the challenges that our people face. But we also see the potential of this beautiful province and its people. Democrats, let's never forget, we, the Democratic Alliance, you and I, we are the leaders. We are leaders who listen. We are leaders who serve. We are leaders who care, and we are leaders who act. So we're building safer communities. We're creating opportunities and restoring dignity. Every single person in our province deserves a chance to succeed. Now more than ever before, we believe every family deserves security, and every community deserves a future. We wake up every single morning not to serve ourselves, but to serve the people of KwaZulu-Natal. Our passion is to serve. We are at the forefront, fighting for our communities, fighting for our residents, fighting for a better KwaZulu-Natal. We are the change. You and I are the hope. We are the future. The time is now. Iskati sifikile. We are the Democratic Alliance of KwaZulu-Natal.
Delegates, we ask that you all please rise and welcome our provincial leader, Mr. Francois Rogers.
Kunjani namhlanje? Hayi, Ndiyajabula namhlanje. Ndiyabulisa yonke ama-Democrats namhlanje. Ndiyabulisa induna enkulu uGeordin Hill-Lewis ukhona namhlanje. We've got a new name for you, Jordan. In KZN we call you Induna enkulu. Ndiyabulisa yonke futhi all of our federal leaders namhlanje. We have some diplomatic corps members here. Ndiyabulisa. And ndiyabulisa mokoti wam, umamrita. Umamrita ukhona namhlanje. Na ingane wam uNatalie Haley. Welcome. It's great to have you all here. Delegates, let me begin with a truth that I learned very early in my journey and recognized every single day in this role as leader. Leadership is not a title that you hold. It's actually a weight that you carry. It's the weight of decisions taken when consensus is absent. It's the weight of criticism when outcomes are delayed or negative. And it's the weight of responsibility when there is nobody else to blame. Anyone who tells you that leadership is easy has never, ever truly led. As you all know, I'm not here to seek another term, and I'm not contesting any position. But I'm here today for something far more important. I'm accounting to you today for the trust that you placed in me, a trust which I cherish and never ever took for granted. When I accepted the responsibility of leading the Democratic Alliance in KwaZulu-Natal, I did not inherit calm waters. I inherited, 15 years ago when I first stood as chairperson, I inherited an organization marked by strain and deep division, which many of you in this room will recall. The province was divided by skepticism, both inside our organization and outside, as to whether unity was ever possible. There could have been easier moments for me to step forward, but this wasn't one of them. But leadership never does choose its moments. It answers when called. From the beginning, I understood one thing very clearly. The role would take more than it would give. It would cost time with my family. It would be long hours on the road, weekends away from home. And the certainty that my decisions would not always please everybody in the party. Delegates, I'm not here to complain. This is the price for service. Leadership is not about what looks impressive in the short term. It's about what holds under pressure. So I made the decision that I want to own fully today. We would stabilize our party in the province before we accelerate. We would rebuild our grassroots structures properly. We would build relationships in new voter communities, and we would not, under any circumstance, trade discipline for applause. The choices were not always popular. There were moments when patience was mistaken for weakness, when restraint was seen as hesitation, and when loudness was valued more than substance. But today, Democrats, I can say this without qualification. The decisions we made and the journey we've undertaken in KwaZulu-Natal has put us on a new trajectory. Because, colleagues, unity is not declared, it's built. Credibility is not claimed, it's earned. If ever there was a moment when leadership became personal, it was when we governed Mgeni with an outright majority. No coalitions, no partners to share accountability with, no agreements to hide behind. Every decision in Mgeni was a DA decision. Every mistake could possibly carry the name of the DA. Every failure would be for the DA to explain. Yet, look at what we achieved. And this is how leadership works. We governed alone, not because it was easy in Mgeni, but because accountability demands no cover. And because of that discipline, Mngeni became proof of something incredibly powerful. That the DA does not only oppose corruption, we replace it with competence. We improve audits, not by accident. We improve service delivery, not by luck. It was a result of hard, often invisible decisions taken consistently over time. And so, Mngeni was not a theory. It was proof of a concept. I also knew that the DA would never govern KwaZulu-Natal if it only spoke to the people who had already believed. So we made a deliberate choice, sometimes an uncomfortable one. We went into rural communities, into communities that at times seemed foreign to us as the Democratic Alliance. We sat with traditional leaders, not as politicians, but as people who listen. We engaged with the royal household with humility and respect. These engagements were not always photo opportunities. These were long conversations, sometimes difficult, but always necessary. Trust was not a given. Trust is earned, and it's earned slowly. These moments will never trend online, but they will change the future of this organization. Because leadership is built when no one is watching you. There were moments in this leadership in KZN when we stopped being political and we became moral. Many of you will recall during the July insurrection, when communities were threatened, property destroyed, and the state failed us. In those moments, Democratic Alliance leaders, activists, councillors, MPs, MPLs in this province did not hide. You stepped forward. During floods and storms, when devastation demanded action, not press statements, in those moments, DA leaders did not hide. You stepped forward. You defended communities when the police were nowhere to be seen. You consoled the bereaved. You found shelter for the displaced. So when anybody asks you or states to you the DA is dysfunctional, I ask, and you must ask, the simple question: where were you when this province needed your leadership? History will answer that question clearly. One of the most consequential decisions of this leadership term was our role in the Government of Provincial Unity. At a moment when instability, drift, and failure had become normalized in this province, we chose a different path. We chose responsibility over political theatrics and results over rhetoric. The GPU was not an act of convenience. It was an act of leadership. It was planned well before the election was actually concluded. It was built on non-negotiable principles: fiscal discipline, accountability, clean administration, and the simple idea that government exists to serve people, not political parties. And we proved something critically important, that coalition government does not have to mean chaos, paralysis, or an abandonment of our democratic values. Under our leadership, the GPU stabilized institutions, restored credibility, and demonstrated that cooperation grounded in principle can work. We showed that the DA can lead in complexity without diluting its standards, without us surrendering our integrity, without us losing our identity. That achievement matters because it sets a benchmark for how this province and how this country can be governed differently. This is not compromise, this is leadership. Leadership requires the courage to speak plainly. When we said, and when I said the ANC can be driven to below 50%, never thought it would be as low as 18. When I said an outright governance was possible in Mngeni, I knew that I was placing my credibility on the line. If I was wrong, the failure would have been mine alone. But leadership without conviction cannot inspire confidence. I said it because I believe in your work. I said it because I trust you. I said it because leadership means willing to be judged by outcomes. Today, those words stand proven, not by spin, but by the results that we see. Let me now speak briefly as someone who's handing over the baton. Democrats' success can be dangerous. It whispers comfort. It feeds egos. It tempts divisions. We've all seen organizations undone, not by their opponents, but by the leaders who forget why they were elected. Discipline brought us here. Only discipline will take us further. Unity is not automatic. Credibility is fragile. And trust, once lost, is very difficult to recover. The incoming leadership, you Democrats as the leaders, guard these fiercely. Friends, there's something we do not often say enough in politics. Progress is also fragile. It does not announce itself with trumpets, and it can be undone faster than it's been built. Everything we achieved in this term, unity, credibility, governing authority, was not inevitable. It was earned. And what is earned must be defended. That is the responsibility you inherit now, because the next phase will not be easier than the last phase. It will be harder. Success raises expectation. Governing exposes you to scrutiny. And once voters have seen what good administration look like, they will not accept excuses. That is our challenge that lies ahead. The Democratic Alliance in KwaZulu-Natal is no longer judged on potential. We are judged now on performance. We are no longer allowed the comfort of moral opposition alone. We are tested on outcomes now, on whether roads are maintained, budgets are clean, services reach people, and decisions are taken when they are unpopular. This is the difference between opposition credibility and governing maturity. And let me also be clear, Democrats, we can meet that test, but only if we remember the principles that brought us here. Discipline must remain non-negotiable, not selective, not situational, not flexible when politics becomes uncomfortable. If we start believing that shortcuts are justified because we are different, we'll lose the very thing that makes this wonderful organization, the Democratic Alliance, so different. Integrity is not proven when it costs nothing. It is proven when it costs you allies or applauses, not convenience. Hold the line. Unity must remain intentional. Unity is not an agreement on everything. It's an agreement on how we disagree. You know, the most incredible thing about the Democratic Alliance is we all come from different backgrounds, from different cultures, from different experiences. Democrats, this is our strength as the DA. It's not a threat, but it remains only our strength if we refuse to weaponize our differences for factional gain. If we talk to one another before we talk about one another, if we remember that loyalty to the organization must always become before loyalty to an individual's ambition. No leadership team collapses because of pressure from the outside alone. They collapse when trust on the inside erodes first. Do not allow that to happen with our wonderful movement. And let me say this to every single emerging leader in this room. Leadership will ask things of you that no manifesto can ever prepare you for. It will ask you to choose between popularity and principle, between the immediate win and the sustainable one, between speaking softly to avoid conflict and speaking truth that creates it. Choose principle, colleagues. Choose the difficult decision that makes tomorrow easier. It doesn't make today louder. Choose accountability over explanation. Choose building people over collecting position. Friends, our work in KwaZulu-Natal has demonstrated something fundamental about us. We are not just a party of opposition. We're a party of government. No longer a party in theory. We governed outright. We have governed in coalitions. We have governed in moments of calm and moments of crisis, and each time we choose responsibility over rhetoric. This is why our message to the people of this province has become so credible. This is why when we speak about clean governance, we can now speak from experience. This is why when we speak about accountability, we speak from practice, not slogans. KwaZulu-Natal doesn't need louder politics. It needs better government. It needs leadership that shows up when systems fail. That takes responsibility when mistakes occur. That fixes problems instead of explaining them away. This is the leadership tradition you inherit now. And this is why the question before you is not whether the DA can govern. We've answered that. The question is, can we build on what works? Can we protect the standards we have set? Can we grow without losing our soul? I believe we can. Because I've seen what this organization is capable of when it's disciplined, united, and serious about governing. I've seen leaders step up without needing credit. I've seen councillors who do work without receiving the applause. I see activists who stay and continue working when it would have been easier to leave. Those are the people that make this organization endure. So, Democrats, as I step back from this role, I do so without any regret, but with resolve. Resolve that was built here must not merely be preserved, but it must be strengthened. Resolve that unity must be guarded more fiercely than ever before. Resolve that this organization must continue to choose the hard right over the easy wrong. Friends, leadership did cost me something, and so it should. But every sacrifice has a purpose. To leave behind a united provincial organization, to prove that clean governance wins trust, to show that the DA and KZN is not a compromise, but a government in waiting. I leave this role knowing one thing with absolute certainty. This organization is stronger than when I found it. It's more unified. You are more credible. You are more prepared. I want to thank you for the trust and thank you for the journey. And thank you for allowing me to carry out this responsibility. The future is now in your hands, and I believe you will carry it well. Amandla! Awetu! And you're waiting for it. Ziakala! Azkale! Ziakala! Yabule.
Viva TI, viva! Tell them that we are going to win them. Let's all go. You don't want to dance. You don't want to dance. If you don't stop at the dance, you'll dance. That's all the one. Sit it. She was a
Delegates, stay on your feet and give the warmest KZN welcome to our newly elected federal chairperson.
solitata.
Ikhaya lelembe lekamanye emalembe kuKhalipha. Nginibulise nina abasebukhosi nonke la KZN. Let me greet all of you here in KZN and say to you that it is beautiful and nice to be here. It is nice to be here in a province that others would not be sitting like you are sitting here. They'll be fighting each other. They will be throwing chairs at each other. They will not have been sitting by the time that they were supposed to be sitting, but will be fighting amongst themselves. And this is the DA difference. As a DA, we run things on time, we run better administration, we are cordial, and we are politically matured. That is something that you should celebrate. Let me take this opportunity to really pay homage to Franca Rogers, who had really steered this ship in KZN through a very turbulent time. From the time when leaders in KZN were fighting and leaving, others leaving the organization, Franca stayed firm and said, we are going to help to steady the KZN ship. And today you are part of government because of the firmness and the leadership that has been shown there. To John Vuligate, the previous leader of the Democratic Alliance, the deputies that are here, that I've seen, that are also here, and some of the provincial leaders that are here from different provinces. Indeed, we are in KZN and we are here to showcase what the DA is all about. But there's a few things that I want to talk about. We are, and I want to make this very, very clear, not to you because you get it, but I want to make it clear to the public. The DA is not part of the GNU or part of any government to keep wrongdoing in place. We are not, and we will not be part of protecting wrongdoing or corruption. We will stand for what is right because we don't owe any allegiance to any other political party. The only allegiance that we owe is to the Constitution of South Africa and to the rule of law and to the progress and success of South Africa. That's who we owe anything that we belong, that belong to us or that is in us. I must say that the leader, Geordin Hill-Lewis, made it very, very clear that our path is to become the biggest political party in South Africa. And we will do it, Democrats. We will be the biggest political party in South Africa, but becoming the biggest political party means a number of things. One means that you don't compromise on your principles. Your principles and your values remain your principles and your values and cannot change depending on who you engage with or who you're talking to. They remain that. And we are committed to making sure that South Africa works for its people. That the young people, 60% of our young people that don't find work can actually then find work. That people who find themselves out of services, children who still have to go cross rivers in order to get to schools, will eventually be able to then get the kind of life that their grandparents and their parents dreamed of. That is the dream of South Africa. That is what we as a Democratic Alliance have committed ourselves to. So it is important, Democrats, that when we are here and elect leadership, that we remember that we elect leaders that are going to put that dream of building a democratic alliance that becomes the biggest party in KZN, that becomes the biggest party in South Africa, that we're able to contribute towards that. The leadership that we should be electing, I always say when I talk to people, if you are going to elect leaders that are going to divide you, then who are they going to lead after that? Leaders cannot divide those that they're supposed to be leading. Leaders are those that unite people and say, this is the common goal, this is the common dream, and this is what we are going to be building towards. That's what we want. We want leaders that are able to then say, we'll bring everybody around the table and build a united democratic alliance in the Western Cape, in KZN, in the Eastern Cape, in the Northern Cape, and any other province. That's what we're going to need to be working around. And therefore, it is important, colleagues, that when we think about this mission that we find ourselves in, we realize that we're sitting with a number of advantages. I want to say that we are seeing the final nail in the coffin of uKhongolose. The final nail in that coffin of uKhongolose is here. Bayazibulala bona ngokwabo. Into okumele thina siyenze ukuthi nje we must take our rightful position and take the Democratic Alliance forward. We must take our rightful position and ensure that we become the only alternative when people think about what is South Africa beyond Congolese. The only answer should be the Democratic Alliance, and that's what we should be working hard to make sure that happens. Somebody said something here earlier on to then say we should never be a party of slogans, and I agree. We should never be a party of slogans, but we should be a party of results. We should be a party of delivery. We should be a party that is able to then say, "Anbukeni ukuthi Chris wenzani laphana eMngeni. Anbukeni ukuthi Geordin wenzani eCape Town. Anbukeni ukuthi Peter Texera wenzani eMidvaal." Therefore, the kind of service that is happening in this municipality, the kind of service that is happening in provinces that we are in charge of, it can be the kind of service that you will get as the people of South Africa. That is the biggest slogan that you can go out and put. A slogan that talks about the examples of delivery, not slogans that talks about better lives when people are getting the worst of lives. So Democrats, the work is very much cut out for us. The work is cut out in that Konamaji, there shouldn't be a house, there shouldn't be a church, there shouldn't be a mosque, there shouldn't be a train station, there shouldn't be a bus, there shouldn't be a shack, there shouldn't be a prize area that the DA is not the topic in. We should go to each and every corner of South Africa and say, you need to make sure that we put the people of South Africa first. And putting the people of South Africa first means putting the Democratic Alliance at the forefront of everything that we're going to be doing. So I hope that you're ready. I hope you're ready before you, because we cannot fail this mission. This mission is too important for us to fail. You see, somebody said it is important for the existence of the Democratic Alliance in South Africa. Because if the Democratic Alliance was not here in South Africa, then it is guaranteed that the deterioration would have been fast-tracked. But we have been able to hold firm and keep people accountable and keep South Africa from falling over the cliff. But now it's not good enough to just hold it from falling over the cliff. We must turn it around and say, this is the direction that this country must be going. People must find umsebenzi. Our children must get better education. There must be better health care. And every single person that has dreamed of a better South Africa, a better life, must experience it under the Democratic Alliance. We're ready for it. We're ready even to put a president of the Democratic Alliance in place, should it come. We're ready to put more ministers in place. We're ready to put more premiers in place. We're ready to put more mayors in place. And we're ready to put governance in place that will work for the people of South Africa, not for the connected few in the political spaces. Democrats, are you ready? You're ready now. So as you elect leadership, ensure that the leadership that you elect is the leadership that is going to be at the forefront of taking you forward. The last word I want to leave is with the leadership that is going to be elected. Leadership doesn't mean just the position that you hold. It doesn't mean just the title. Leadership means that you are first when there's a problem, and you're the last when there's celebration to leave. That when the people are needing you on the ground, that you are on the ground with them. That you are not going to lead from a fancy office, but you are going to lead from the ground. You are going to be with everybody on a single day on the ground. That is what leadership is all about. It's not about telling people what must be done. It's about being there and doing it with them so that they know which direction they're supposed to be taking. So I hope that when you get elected here today, we're not and then be proud about the positions that we hold, because because we are called to serve. And we are called to serve in times such as this, when South Africa is at the crossroads of whether we are going forward or we fall over the cliff and ensure that South Africa dies. And we are not prepared for that. So Democrats, thank you very, very much, and well done to the KZN team for a well-put Congress. We are really looking forward to working with the leadership that you will be elected. We're looking forward to more municipalities that are going to be won. eThekwini must be again the paradise of KZN and South Africa, where this will be the playground of tourism, this will be the agricultural hold, this will be again the KZN that we know that KZN can be. So thank you very much. Looking forward to working with all of you going forward, and looking forward to engaging with your leadership after this. Thank you very much, Nyabo.
To sing more. You know this one. We are almost there. We are almost there. We are just saying. Yo, yo, yo. Sekusele kanani. Asambe we. Kanani. Sizoku. Ngifuna ukunizwa hoza. Yo, yo, yo. Sekusele kanani. Asambe we. Kanani. Tata JHL Tata.
Sawubona. Good morning, good afternoon, goeiemorgen, molweni, assalamu alaikum, halala diye halala, halala diye halala. Ndiyavuya Yeah, exactly. I missed. What is it? In Gia Jabula. Yes, I got to learn that. It's so great to be here in KZN. I want to say I am proud of the DA in KZN. I am proud of all of you. You know, your chairperson said to me an amazing point. The DA is the only party in this province that is able to have an elective conference. Can you believe that? I can believe that. In every other party, it is chaos, violence, disaster, and even worse. And here we have a positive, peaceful, organized, beautifully organized congress right here in KZN. That is the DA difference, and you are showing the DA difference. Well done. And you know what? I'm also proud of the difference that we are making in this province. And I'm proud of where our party has come to in KZN. And I want to just take a moment, because we've heard an extraordinary speech from your outgoing leader, Francois Rogers. I have known Francois for a long time. And everyone who has led in this province up to this point has brought our party to where we are today, to how big we are, to how much we are growing, to the difference that we are making all around this province. And it's important that we take a moment to honor those people. There's another person. I've known him for 20 years. We were elected to Parliament together on, I think, in the same month, nearly the same day. And in Parliament, we were backbenchers together. And that name literally means what it sounds like. You sit right at the back, right on the back bench where no one can see you and no one can hear you. That's where they put the people who are new. And the day that I got there, I saw this guy sitting next to me, my fellow benchmate on the back bench. And since then, we've been through so much together. We've seen the party grow together. And I can tell you this, in every context, at home, overseas, in Cape Town, in Parliament, in Joburg, here, he has always been a proud son of KZN. I'm talking about our former leader, John Steenhuisen. I remember once when we were sitting back there on the back bench. I've got a big voice, as you can hear. So even though they put me all the way back there, I could still shout at our opponents speaking in Parliament, and I would drown out everyone else. And I can't even remember what I said, but I shouted something at our opponents. And this guy got so furious, he got angry, and he came up to me after his speech, and he grabbed me like this. And he was about to hit me. And John was sitting next to me, and he got between me and this other person. I won't say his name. He's a minister today. He got between me and this other person. He said, "Don't touch him." That's John. Fiercely loyal, loves the DA, loves us. So the lights are quite bright. I'm afraid I cannot see anyone up there. I just know there's some people up there, but John is up there somewhere. Is he still there? You must stand up. And where's Francois? Where's Francois? He was here a minute ago. Francois must please stand up. Let's honor our leaders who have got us to this point for all they have done for our party. Let's get up and honor them. I have to just believe in faith that John is standing up, because I cannot see anything up there. And I have to believe that Francois is up there standing up as well. I also want to welcome our federal leaders. I know they're up there, but I can't see them. But we've just seen Solly Msimanga. He's made a great speech. But Siviwe is up there. Celia Brink is up there. Jane Sitola is with us today. I saw Yusuf Kasim from the Eastern Cape with us today as well. Karabo Kakao, our national spokesperson, is up there with us today as well. Let's welcome all our newly elected federal leadership here. It is wonderful to be with you here in KZN, friends, Democrats, colleagues. It is one of the most beautiful provinces in the country. Please hear me carefully. I'm from a different province. I said it's one of the most beautiful provinces in the country. I'm already getting heckled here. It is a province of extraordinary history, deep community life, enormous economic potential, and some of the most resilient people anywhere in our country. But we know that it's also a province that knows what hardship means. It knows what it means when basic services fail. It knows what it means when criminals terrorize communities. It knows what it means when corruption hollows out public institutions. It knows what it means when literally the very idea of government crumbles and collapses, and chaos and disorder take over. This province knows what that means. It knows what it means when people lose faith that government can work for the people and not for themselves. But all of this reminds me of why our work here matters so much. Because the DA's job in KZN is not merely to be a strong opposition party. Of course, that has been so important, and gosh, we have done it well. That matters deeply. We must continue to expose corruption wherever we see it. We must hold government to account. We must fight for communities who are ignored. But our task now is even bigger than that. Our task, colleagues, friends, family, our blue family, our task is this. We must show every citizen and resident of KwaZulu-Natal that under the DA, we can build a better future for South Africa and for KZN. That we are the governing alternative in this province and in this country. And you know what? We are already showing that. When I look at what the DA is doing in government in this province, I am so proud. I'm proud of Chris and the team from Umgeni. Upapi, where? When I look at what Martin and what Francois are doing in the provincial government, when I look at the passion that Privy speaks with here today on this stage, when I look at the vision that Hanif speaks with today on this stage, I'm excited for what we can do in government in KZN. You know, a couple of months ago, I was at home watching TV. The TV was just happened to be on the news station, as it often is in my house. And I saw a story out the corner of my eye. I was doing something else, but I saw a story about Martin getting into some argument with a principal at a high school here, somewhere in KZN. And I stopped what I was doing and I turned up the volume and I watched what was happening. Obviously, I always have the DA on my mind and on my heart, but actually that day I watched it and I felt, as a South African, I felt hope and pride. Because what he was doing, if I remember correctly, he was saying this principal is using this school, which is supposed to be serving children in our province, he's using it to run his own private transport business. That is not the purpose of a public school building. It's to educate our children. And this man was very cross with him, I'm sure you all remember, and tried to get in his face and try to stop him from looking around. And he said, hey, my job here is to ensure that this school is serving the children. Get out of my way. I'm going to inspect the school. I was proud as a South African, not just as a DA member, because that is the DA difference in action. When I saw Francois talking honestly about the funding crisis in education in KwaZulu-Natal, I remember, Francois, I think I WhatsApped you, or maybe even I phoned you at the time. And I said again, as a South African, not just as a DA public rep, but as a South African, that makes me proud. Because when everyone else in the country was sweeping that funding crisis under the carpet, no one else wanted to talk about it. The MEC in Gauteng denied that there was any issue. Only 2 people in South Africa stood up and said, there's a real problem coming here, we better talk about it honestly. That was our MEC in the Western Cape and MEC Francois Rogers in KZN, the only 2 people. So we are not just talking about showing the DA difference in KZN, we are showing the DA difference in KZN, and we can all feel proud of that. And when we do that, and the more places we can do that, the more that we can become a party that can win and can govern elsewhere. Of course, we must be a party that can work with others where necessary, but we will never lose ourselves in the process. We must be a party that can enter complex coalition terrain. And gosh, there is nothing more complex than the coalition terrain of KZN. But through it all, through all of that complexity and muddy waters, we remain principled, disciplined, and clear about what we stand for and the country we are trying to build. That is what we are going to bring to KZN. And I know that each one of you, I know that every one of our branches, every one of our councillors, our activists, our public reps, we are ready for that test. The date, our date with destiny, has now been set. We know it. It is the 4th of November, 2026. Remember, the 4th of November. South Africans are going to vote in the local government elections. That election is not just about who gets to become a councillor, who gets to sit in the mayor's office, who gets to run a council. It will decide whether we can take the broken towns, the broken villages, this broken city, and whether we can fix them in this province. That is the day that we will decide that. It will decide whether residents get more excuses, whether they get more politicians just working for themselves instead of for the people, or whether they get something truly and wonderfully different. Working streetlights, clean water, reliable rubbish collection, safer communities, better roads, municipalities that answer and pick up the phone when people call, mayors who actually care about the towns and municipalities they lead, public reps, councillors who govern for the people and not for themselves. That is the choice before us on the 4th of November in KZN. And that is the day that will decide the direction of this province. And not just this province, but our whole country. It will decide whether our country can be rebuilt from the ground up, whether our towns and municipalities can be rebuilt, where people live a better life and a more dignified life. And that is why Everything that we do between now and the 4th of November must be focused on that outcome. Let us allow no distractions. Let us focus, as Francois has spoken of, with discipline, so that we get to election day as the largest party in as many towns and villages and municipalities as we can. And all of us know the rule. If you've been in the DA for any length of time, you will know this rule. Elections are not won on election day, are they? When is the first time that you win an election? On registration day. I heard one person. We got to all remember it. Elections are won long before the first vote is cast. Elections are won on registration day. So let's spend these next 6 weeks before our first registration weekend making sure that every resident checks their details and make sure that they are correctly registered, that we get those unregistered young people out there to register so that we can give ourselves the best shot of victory on election day. And then we must be ambitious for the 4th of November. We must, of course, retain and grow where we already govern. We must show that Umgeni is not just an exception. It has been exceptional, but it is not an exception. It's just the beginning here in KZN. Umgeni is proof that we govern for all the people wherever we get the opportunity to govern. Our team there has demonstrated the DA difference, has demonstrated the DA care for every single resident. Doesn't matter what community you come from. It doesn't matter where you were born or where you live or where you grew up. If the DA is given a chance in your town or your city or your municipality, we will care and govern for every single resident. That is our commitment. And Chris and his team in Umgeni have shown that. It is proof that voters here are ready to choose a different path. It's proof that where we are given a chance, we bring competence, we bring humility, we bring delivery. But we must not stop at Umgeni. As I said, it is just the beginning. I am so excited to spend time over these coming months on the campaign trail right here in eThekwini. We must fight for Durban. We must fight for Durban and eThekwini with everything we have. Durban should be one of the greatest cities in Africa. And you heard Hanif speak with passion about that. It has everything going for it. It should be a city of tremendous economic growth. It should be a city where so many more people are getting into work. It should be a city attracting millions of tourists, trade from around the world. It should have clean beaches. It should have working infrastructure and reliable services. It should be safer for every resident and particularly for every lady in Durban. It should be a place of pride. Durban does not need more empty promises or more leaders who are just going to govern for themselves. Durban needs a fresh start. It needs the DA. It needs Mayor Hanif Hussein. We must say clearly to the people of eThekwini that this city can work. All the difficulty, the failure, the suffering, the backwards movement, all the decline that we felt in the city over recent years, it doesn't have to be like that forever. It can change. It can turn around, just like every place where the DA governs begins to turn around. We've got to tell every resident that and convince them of that before the 4th of November. But it can only turn around if the voters, and now I speak directly to the voters, if the voters choose change. That is the choice we face on the 4th of November. So friends, this is the promise that we must make across South Africa. We are building a DA that governs well for everyone. Not for some, not for one community, not for one race, not for one class, for everyone, for all the people. This means delivering services reliably, spending public money honestly, fixing that which is broken. It means putting residents before politicians. It means getting clean audits, but also getting clean streets. It means good budgets, but also good lives. It means competent government that people can feel in their community and in their lives. That is what the DA means when we say we govern well for all. And that will be the most important beginning that we can achieve for our bigger goal ahead of 2029. We've got to connect more deeply with more South Africans. We must be humble enough to remember that no South African, this is the way that it works in a democracy, no South African is obliged to vote for any political party. The support, the trust, the vote of every South African has to be earned and won. And as Solly has said so perfectly, we've got to be a party that is comfortable everywhere in South Africa. Every suburb, every township, every church, every mosque, every taxi rank, every farm, every factory, every campus, every community hall. There is no corner of our country where the DA must not be. We will be there. This province especially requires deep community work. Flying in this morning, it was beautiful to fly in this morning just as the sun was rising over rural KZN. But it also gave me a fresh appreciation. All those tiny little towns and villages in those thousands of magnificent, beautiful green hills. We will be in every single one of them. We will be there. That is how we will grow and how we will win. And when we do win, we must show strength and principle in government. That is why South Africans trust us, because we are not like everyone else that governs for themselves, that is only in politics for what they can get out of it, for what they can put in their pockets. We are there for the public. South Africans are tired of politicians who will do anything to keep power. The DA is different. Where we will govern with excellence. Where we govern in coalitions, of course we have to be constructive. Coalitions by definition mean give and take. But constructive must never mean weak. Cooperative, but never captured. Practical, but never unprincipled. Let us be clear. The DA is the party of the values that will build the future of South Africa. And we must always stand up for those values with strength and resilience. We are in government to serve and not be served. And so obviously there's much interest at the moment, especially after yesterday, naturally, in our position after the Pala Pala judgment in the Constitutional Court yesterday. So I want to be super clear with everyone this morning. The DA is in the government of national unity to fix South Africa. So we will never be part of the old system of cover-ups and corruption and protecting those in power that has brought South Africa to where we are today. The reason we are here is to build a better future. What we are trying to do is bigger than me. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than all of us. Our work is important. Our purpose is big. It's future focused. We are trying to build a country for our children, and we want to build one that we can be proud of for them to live and grow up in. That is going to be a country founded on values, founded on the values of constitutionalism, of accountability, of service to the public. That is the DA difference. When you get up in the morning and put on your DA t-shirt, I want you to feel proud of what you do. I want you to feel proud of wearing this color. And we will only be proud of the work that we put in if we stand up for something totally different than that which has broken South Africa already. Our country is where it is because of corruption and because accountability has always come last and protecting individuals and staying in power has come first. That is why the rule of law in South Africa is in tatters. So let us be the party that always stands for rebuilding the rule of law, and let us never shrink from that responsibility. That, ladies and gentlemen, is our position, and we will not back down from that. That is why we will not tolerate a broken police system. South Africans can never feel free if they do not feel safe. A child is not free if he cannot walk to school safely. A mother is not free if she is afraid of walking to the taxi rank early in the morning. A business owner is not free if every day they are threatened by extortionists to pay them protection money. A family is not free if they sleep in fear every night. When people give the DA their vote, I want to tell you we will use everything in our capacity, in our power, to lock up the criminals so that South Africans, ordinary, good, peace-loving South Africans, can feel free in our country. We've got to start by cleaning up our police service. We can never, ever win the war or turn the tide on crime if there are so many scalums and corrupt people inside our very own police service. So we've got to lock them up there first. We've got to end what we call SAPS capture, because we cannot expect SAPS to get criminals off the street while criminals remain inside SAPS. So let us say it plainly. Get criminals out of SAPS so SAPS can get criminals off the streets. This is not anti-police, let me be clear. I have the utmost respect for honest officers. This is pro-good police. We've got to clean up policing so that police can protect the people properly. This is the DA that we are building, and these are the governments that we are building, my friends. A DA that governs well for all. A DA that connects deeply with more South Africans who have never voted for us before. A DA that shows strength and pride and principle in government, that knows that we are standing up for something bigger than ourselves. A DA that restores hope that our country, our province, our city can work. It can be a success, and we never associate ourselves with those who say it cannot. We say decline and failure is not a permanent part of our future. It is not our destiny. We are here to fix it. But hope, my friends, will not come from speeches alone. As important as our congresses and our speeches are, hope and change will come from the work that we do outside in the streets of eThekwini and in KZN. It will come from registering voters. It will come from winning wards. It will come from fixing municipalities. It will come from winning eThekwini. It will come from making sure that Privy is the mayor and her team. It will come from cleaning up government. It will come from brave leadership. It will come from all of you in this room deciding today that KwaZulu-Natal can and will change because of the DA. So today, let this Congress be more than an internal election. Even before the election results are announced, I congratulate all those who will be elected. But the internal election is just one first step. Let us go from this place with our newly elected leadership, and let's go into the streets and work hard for the next 6 months. Let this be the moment that we say, we are ready to keep Umgeni DA. We are ready to make Durban DA. We are ready to grow in every rural community and every beautiful village, those ones that I saw this morning. Let us say today that we are ready to govern in coalitions, but never without standing for our principles, because we know our principles are the only thing that are going to fix South Africa. And let us go from this place ready to build towards victory in 2029. Thank you, and halala DA, halala! Viva DA, viva! Amandla DA! Thank you so much.
Gentlemen, let's give another.
Those municipalities that do best are not ANC-controlled municipalities. They are often DA-controlled municipalities. What is it that they are doing that is better than what we are doing?
South Africa was named Best Country, while its iconic city of Cape Town claimed the prestigious title of Best City in the World.
The city says it's determined to invest in critical infrastructure to improve the lives of residents.
The city will spend more on infrastructure in the next few years than Johannesburg and Durban combined.
More than 8 billion rand will go to new or upgraded infrastructure in poorer communities.
Most of our local municipalities are in tatters. They are heavily indebted and badly run. Midvaal, local municipality in the Vaal, has been one of a very few exceptions in the country.
The Midvaal municipality is working on ditching power utility Eskom and replacing it with a private company instead.
The municipality of Midvaal has been ranked first in clean audits and satisfactory service delivery for years running. It has consistently outperformed most of the municipalities in the province and indeed municipalities around the country.
The South African Local Government Association in KwaZulu-Natal has commended Umgeni municipality for what it said is effective use of the municipal infrastructure grant. In 6 months, it managed to spend the 24 million rands allocation on various projects such as roads, storm water, and finishing all the projects that had been poorly managed before.
The Kocha municipality is fighting crime with the creation of a high-tech intelligence center that helps monitor CCTV cameras and license plate recognition.
The Kocha municipality has also taken further steps to ensure public safety by launching an app for residents. In case of emergencies, the app directly links the user to the monitoring center.
It is a privilege to announce that George Municipality has achieved its 4th consecutive clean audit from the Auditor General of South Africa. This is a significant milestone that reflects our ongoing commitment to clean, transparent and accountable governance.
The West Coast District Municipality has officially been named South Africa's best-run municipality for 2025. 2 of its local municipalities, Saldanha and Swartland, were tied for first place as the top-performing local municipalities in the country.
These are the issues you're going to be considering as you go to the polls. Who is the party that can help us achieve better service delivery where I live?
The Western Cape government is currently pushing ahead to mitigate power cuts. The province has installed numerous solar panels to harness green energy. And Saldanha Bay, Stellenbosch, George, as well as the city of Cape Town are already using independent power producers to reduce reliance on Eskom.
To enable further job-creating economic growth, officials are investing 43 billion rand in infrastructure over 3 years.
7 out of 10 young people in the country are unemployed, but in the Western Cape, 8 out of 10 people have jobs.
Sometimes I look at the numbers and I almost have to pinch myself. It's unbelievable. 64.9% of all jobs in South Africa in the last 5 years out of one province.
Some of the biggest global companies are expanding its operations in the Western Cape.
The Democratic Alliance in KwaZulu-Natal is now aiming to grow the party and take on the ANC head-on.
They actually outlined their plans for the province in terms of service delivery as well as governance.
The common denominator in KwaZulu-Natal is quite simply building a capable and ethical state.
Since I've taken office, we've cut our debt from 800 million to 300 million. We've done a full audit of all the properties, found over 500 properties the department didn't even know it owned. We've put in place a rapid response team that now responds within 24 hours to problems, no longer the 30 days that previously was the record of the department. So things are happening in the province of KwaZulu-Natal.
There you have it, South Africans. You heard it right there from our leaders at Congress that delivered amazing speeches to get South Africa working again. But more importantly, to get all the municipalities in KwaZulu-Natal working again. But to tell us more about that, I'm joined by our eThekwini mayoral candidate, Hanif Hussein, who's going to make sure that we get Durban working. Welcome, Hanif. How are you feeling to be at this Congress today?
Isn't this just exciting, right? And what this represents actually is the hope for Durban. Because I think for far too long, people have sat back and did nothing about building the city. But this time around, Durban is waking up and getting behind the DA.
That's absolutely amazing, Hanif. I mean, Hanif, what is the biggest challenge for the DA in KwaZulu-Natal right now?
I think the biggest challenge for us is that our communities are far too divided over ideologies. This election is going to be about local government getting the basics right. And I don't care what color t-shirt people use, whether it's yellow, whether it's green. But what I want South Africans living in this city to do is to get behind the experts in local government. Look at what we've done all over South Africa, wherever there was an opportunity. And that's the DA difference that can bring real meaningful change. And I'm not asking people to go and take up DA membership, right? I'm asking them to get behind the experts in local government and build the city again.
No, that's absolutely amazing, Hanif. But a lot of South Africans, especially in Durban, eThekwini, they want to know how are you going to get eThekwini working again?
It's absolutely simple. Look at what happened wherever people gave the DA a chance. Every single town and city where people gave the DA a chance, we turned it around. Right here in KZN, in the last election, the municipality in Umgeni, we won that municipality by 44 votes. 44 votes. It means if 45 people stayed home, we would have not governed that city. 4 years ago, it was completely bankrupt. There wasn't even money in the bank. They owed millions to other institutions. 4 years later, it's the best run municipality in KZN. And that's the DA difference. And that's what we want to achieve here in Durban also.
No, that's absolutely correct. And if we need to get eThekwini working, and if why is this local government election so important for the residents of eThekwini?
Because it's about hope. It's about their future. It's about your future. It's about getting the city working again, putting an end to the corruption, putting water in the pipes again. 60% of the water is down the drain, going into the ground. What's going to happen when it gets to 90%? And that's why we need to fix this mess now. And if we fix this mess now, we can build a better city for our children and leave behind a legacy where young people can get work again. And that's why we say we want to get Durban working again.
Amazing. I mean, what would be your parting message to the people that are watching at home to make sure that we get that happening?
I want to say to you, it's time for us to put our differences aside. It's time for us to look at what is possible. Look at what has happened in Cape Town. Do you know there was a time when this city used to have more tourists than Cape Town did? But look at what Cape Town has achieved. Look at what Umgeni has achieved. Look at every other DA-run municipality. Even President Cyril Ramaphosa agrees, and he's not lying. And so I'm calling on every single forward-thinking South African living here in the city. Please help us. We want to build a city again. We want to put water in the taps. We want to make sure that every single home has people working. We have 600 informal settlements in this city, the highest in the country. We want to remove that and give people dignity back. We want to put an end to the corruption and the millions and millions of rands that are being siphoned off to contractors and tenderpreneurs every single year. And that's not going to change without you getting involved and getting behind the guys who put the money to work for the people and build a city that works. Because if a city works, it will create work.
Oh, well, there you have it. You've heard it right here from the next mayor of Durban, eGagasini, eThekwini, Hanif Hussein. But for you to make sure that we get eThekwini working again, you need to go to check.da.org.za to make sure that you are registered to vote. You cannot vote if you are not correctly registered. You register where you live so that you can exercise that vote to get eThekwini working again. So there you have it, and I'll be back with you right shortly. Look, we've got Sivwe Kwakube right here, the Deputy Federal Chairperson of the Democratic Alliance, but also the Minister of Basic Education. I mean, Siv, you can hear it right behind us. The vibe is electric. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good. It's really good to be back in KwaZulu-Natal. KwaZulu-Natal always brings the chaos. And it's also incredible because the DA is the only political party in this province that is able to say they can successfully hold an elective Congress where there are democratically elected leaders. The MKP does not do it. None of the other political parties do it. The ANC has failed to do it, and other parties have failed to do it. And so I couldn't be proud of the day from being able to do this and being able to elect leaders in a democratically elected fashion.
Look, I mean, we're also excited to obviously see who's going to be elected today so that we can take KZN forward. But Siv, why do you think it's important for the DA to take over more municipalities in this province?
I think it's incredibly important because we've demonstrated what we can do in a small municipality like Moyo-Mgweni. And what more can we say to people of KwaZulu-Natal? They deserve a working Durban, a municipality, a metro municipality that can create jobs, that can bring back tourism, that can be really the jewel of this province once again. And that's why it's so incredibly important that you exercise your vote, that you come out and vote for the DA and vote for Hanif Hussein. It's so incredibly important.
Very, very important. But Siv, you've also demonstrated in your portfolio as the Minister of Basic Education. What can you share with the viewers of what has been done in that department to show the DA difference?
Yeah. What has been really important for us is to make sure that our learners can read and read for meaning. Everything that we do from then on back is built on top of that foundation. If our learners don't have a strong foundation, then it means that they can't do maths, science, technology. They can't enter into gateway subjects. They can't enter into a formal economy. And that's why it's been so incredibly important to build strong foundations. We've also had a strong focus on ECT centers because we want our little ones to have the strong foundation they need to be ready for formal schooling. And we couldn't be prouder of the party for being firmly behind our offer and for making sure that what we promised voters in 2024 is exactly what it is that we're doing.
And it's true, Siv, a country that does not invest in its youth has no future. But what would be your parting message to people that are watching this Congress at home? What do you have to say to them?
I would want to say to you, one, you must make sure that you vote for a political party that's going to put your future at the forefront of its offer. What we are saying as the Democratic Alliance, you may not like Bakolile as a person, but the one thing you can be sure of is that behind him is a machinery of dedicated activists, of dedicated councillors who will make sure that your municipality works for you, that your municipality is able to create jobs for you, that you are able to get your basic services. And so what I'm saying to you is that vote in this election selfishly. Vote for you and your family and your children.
Well, you've heard it right here from the Deputy Federal Chairperson of the Democratic Alliance, but also the Minister of Basic education that is delivering for the children of this country to make sure that they've got a better future. And we still have more coming up. Obviously, we are going to be waiting in anticipation for the election of the leadership of the DA in KwaZulu-Natal. So I want you to stay tuned. Join the conversation. We'll be back with you at 3 o'clock to announce that leadership that is going to be taking this province forward to make sure that we get your municipality working. But please don't forget, you need to go to check.da.org.za to make sure that you are registered to vote. Otherwise, you cannot cast your vote, because we want to get your municipality working. We want to get KwaZulu-Natal working. And most importantly, we want to get South Africa working. See you later, and cheers from me for now.
Thanks for watching. Join the mission to rescue South Africa. Like and follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and X. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that notification bell. Join the DA, because the DA gets things done.